Shamelessly Arguing with Vegans is this book authored by me, Swati Prakash, and it is full of information. I am a spiritual healer and a spiritual author, having written several books prior to this one. And in this one, I have focused on veganism because sometimes we complain and we forget that we are responsible in our daily habits and lifestyle, not just towards our own health and well being, but towards the planet and its animals. And through my blog, Earth Healing Network, I promote right values towards the planet and our own moral and spiritual awakening. Now, I've had several conversations with several people during outreach, and these events have been happening for some time now, for a few years now, and I've been part of the same. And during that, as well as during my personal conversations with several people, there have been various comments and arguments from non-vegans. So all of these are put together in my book and my own perspective on this, along with references to other vegan celebrities or activists and documentaries and leaders, is there in this book, so that you can be fully informed of all aspects of veganism and clear all your doubts. So you could follow me on Earth Healing Network, my blog, and at Earth Healing Network is my social media handle on YouTube, where you can get this playlist, Shamelessly Arguing with Vegans. This book is free of cost. You can download it from Earth Healing Network and support my cause. Now, here it is a positive message very quickly using tarot cards, because I do also feature as a tarot reader and as a expert in motivation, positive energy. Here it is. The Nine of Swords. This is a card of great anxiety as well as guilt, because a lot of vegans have this suffering. We can suffer from PTSD symptoms that are related to this huge graphic violence we encounter all around us in supermarkets, body parts kept, thoughts about how animals would have been killed, because obviously killing is a horrific thing. And you can't get a leg of a lamb without killing a sweet lamb. We know how their face looks, we know how innocent they are, and it is very mentally disturbing. Please try to understand that as empaths and healers, spiritual people are even more sensitive and they feel even more hurt easily, because we can sense things a lot deeper. We are more heart-based. So those who are vegan, who are focused on compassion, kindness, spirituality, are especially at risk of harm because of a non-vegan society that is harming our mental and emotional well-being. So let us keep that in mind. I will pick up a random argument now and see whether there is something to learn through that I can convey. An argument has come from somebody on the outreach once from the street. This is argument number 42. It says, I grew up on a farm. My uncle's farm, a typical argument. My uncle's farm, they always say something like that. That I grew up around a farm. I've seen a farm. That farm is so lovely. The animals are so happy there. And well, farmers are doing a great job. And he even went on to say, in fact, many people said this. One lady also said this to me, that yeah, they are taken well, good care of. And if we didn't have farm animals, they would be extinct, wouldn't it? We need to breed them so that they exist. They think that it's some sort of a good thing that farmers have these animals there for children to look at, or for themselves to, maintain and take care of. Well, this is a problem, isn't it? Because the wrong attitudes and ideas are there. It's like old MacDonald's had a farm, sort of a nursery rhyme, and kids believe this. But when these adults say that their uncle's farm was so wonderful, what are they trying to convey? Also about these farmers doing a good job by rearing animals, otherwise they'll go extinct. Well, no animal is going extinct because we stopped their breeding, their rape, their murder. They will still exist in nature, all right? Because nature is where these animals exist in their true form, their wild form. They're not supposed to be domesticated, hybridized, and bred by us as slaves. They can very well live on their own in nature as they had been prior to we made them extinct. Yes, we made them extinct as wildlife. For example, cows originally were aurochs and they have gone extinct because of our domestication of them. We have completely changed them, their DNA, hybridized them, made them very docile and not wild at all. We have extincted so many animals. Now, if you feel that your relatives who are farmers are looking after farmed animals beautifully, they give them a good life before they die, without any disease, trauma, or pain, which is very unlikely because the scale of this is huge. Even if your own uncle's farm was wonderful, that's not how most farms are. Even if your uncle's farm was wonderful, they still killed the animal. That killing is anyways wrong. They still bred the animal using sexual intrusion of the female and making her pregnant forcibly. That is violence and nothing else but violence. Sexual violence. So if your position is that all of this is good, think if you were in that place of those animals and these things were done to you, you were sexually abused, you had to produce children forcibly, those children were killed, you were killed, how would you feel? Do you think that just being given some food or a little bit of extra space sometimes in certain farms or prisons for you would be enough? Would you be happy to be a prisoner just to get some food and space and then be executed very quickly? All these animals are executed pretty early in life, sometimes within days to weeks of their birth, sometimes a few months. Now, do you really not mind switching places with them? Because I had one person saying that he would be happily switching places with these animals because the life is so wonderful, even better than his own. Would you? Would you like to be in that Matrix movie story? That is exactly the story, isn't it? Being farmed, but over there, they still grew up, didn't they? Living in the Matrix, living in a false reality. They weren't killed early as a child and as a baby. They were still there in those pods and those capsules where they were being, fed those horrible animal meats and excreta back to them. Well, that's what is happening. We are fed with our own brethren, those animals, just like a matrix. You are accepting that negative energy in your body and you don't realize that they are your relatives in a way. All these animals are your own one family in a way. So, yeah, think from their point of view. Always think from the victim's point of view. Feel the gift of empathy in your heart, because that is what spirituality really is to feel other people's feelings, have an empathy level towards them and be kind and nice to them, and then judge your values. You won't be happy to kill humanely because it's not humane to be killing others, right? Be a little more honest with yourself. That's what I've written. And yeah, you will always be able to manage the propagation of species of the animals you don't want to be extinct. If you love cows and you don't want them disappearing from the planet, there are sanctuaries, there are shelters where they are kept, not held as slaves, not exploited. So don't think that these Frankenstein species of chicken and all these egg production, which is unnatural, is good. It's not good. Farming pets is not good. Farming animals is not good for food. None of this is necessary. We can have a lovely vegan planet. We deserve one. So please be awake. Thank you.